Project Sapient is a podcast meant to engage our brothers and sisters in the law enforcement and military communities in conversations that we all know we need to have. All opinions you'll hear are our own, are protected by our First Amendment of the United States Constitution, and in no way reflect or are meant to reflect the opinion of any specific agency, officer, or service member. Some opinions may be controversial. Listener discretion is advised. Enjoy. This fucking guy is flexing on camera. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, buddy.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Did you do push-ups?
Sun's out, guns out, brother.
Guys, Project Sapient, we want to first say thank you to all of our listeners. We want to say thank you to our supporters, HavocJournal.com, GymJunkies.com, VectorShields.com, WellnessForWarriors.live. We love those ladies. LiveBoston617.org, EagleEyeFirearmsMA.com, my boy Otis, ODKit.com, GunTrack.app. Thank you for making us the #1 law enforcement and military fucking podcast on the fucking planet.
Isn't it awesome to see our numbers?
Yes, it is.
The way we're just skyrocketing.
It is, dude. It absolutely is. And we want to just make sure we tell people we're not making money off this bullshit.
Oh, no, hell no.
Right? We want to get the awareness out there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why we talk about everything, you know.
Don't talk about everything, no holding back.
And I tend to drink.
Yeah, Ayman is boozing, just so everybody knows. We have a guest coming on that's also fucking boozing. So, tell me a little bit about, you want to just bring her on? Or you want to just talk shit about her while she can't talk?
You know what? Actually, keep her on mute because that'll work out. No, I'm just kidding. Bring her on.
Oh, Kayla, you there?
Y'all some assholes.
Hey! Oh, shit, she could hear us.
Hey, you know who you guys sound like?
Who?
You sound like those two guys from The Town.
The Town?
Oh, the movie The Town. Movie.
Yes, when one walks in, he's like, we're going to go do something, we're going to go hurt some people, and the other guy's like, whose car are we going to take?
Oh, yeah, whose car?
Like,
That's it. That's the Boston.
Can y'all sound amazingly funny, but
love it.
So sound so much cooler than everyone else.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. I mean, coming from you.
Yeah.
Let's get her picture up just so everyone knows who we're talking about. There she is.
There she is.
President, CEO of Fitcops. It was awesome. Actually, we did a midweek episode regarding Officer Vogel of NYPD. I ended up mentioning KP, talking about some stuff going on in her neck of the woods, which we'll get into that in a little while. And just reached out to KP, and bam, that's how I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Pretty badass.
Yeah.
I can sense good people. So I was like, sure, why not?
We got you fooled, lady.
Yeah.
It sounds cool, so whatever.
I'm kidding.
Well, as I would say, assholes need to stick together, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm here for it.
So, KP, tell us a little bit about Fitcops.
Would you like the appropriate, politically correct?
Absolutely not.
Come on.
No.
Just say,
go.
No.
Okay.
No holding back.
Okay.
Fuck that bullshit.
Okay.
No holding back. Go.
Well, initially I created it actually with great intentions, and it kind of got out of control once I started it. I didn't realize one day it was like 300 followers, like for fitness photos and things like that. And I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks later, it was like 10,000. I was like, oh my God. Oh shit.
What have I created?
Right. I've created this monster, but no, seriously, it turned into being absolutely like a family I created for myself, because as you guys know, it was like your first line into this podcast. Cops can be complete assholes to each other.
Right.
And I was not liking what I was seeing, as far as the thin blue line quote brotherhood and the sarcastic like SpongeBob, letters.
Yep. Yeah.
So we created Fitcops, and it grew into just a worldwide group of cops all over the place. And it, as time goes, the goals for Fitcops goes up and down, and you can tell different stages of life and difficulties. I think that maybe people can see it. I'll post more blacklisted stuff if I'm getting in trouble.
Right.
I'll post more like, hot female cop models if I'm feeling like that's, the direction that I'm like, fuck the police. Like, I'm going to post whatever I want, so it just depends. And I knew that one day I would need this platform, and it was growing for a reason, even though it's hard to keep up with. I'm sure you guys understand it gets exhausting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You get burnt out on social media, especially right now. And I'm like, oh, I want to delete everything. But it's coming in quite handy lately for the major things that we all need to get out that are important topics, and pretty much it.
So when did Fitcops get started?
2015, I believe, is when I first actually typed in Fitcops on a Facebook group. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know how to do like a page, but let's see what this is, So it's grown a whole.
Hey, it's baptism by fire, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And I've learned so much through that. I don't fucking play. I have several groups. I have a female Leo peer support group that's got a couple thousand female cops in it, and I've stopped accepting even new people because I just don't deal with any type of negativity on any of my pages, or you just get blocked. And I don't know about you guys, but I deleted Fitcops' Facebook page at 50,000 people.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm not doing this just flat out. Do you want to delete the page? You can't get it back. Yes, delete.
No shit.
So, yeah, it's just people are hateful, and I don't.
Well,
I just
you're
can't.
standing strong to your message, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I just don't want it. It's not a place for. I'm not going to name the group.
Yeah.
But I am in other very large. How do I say this? Law enforcement groups that they are getting their likes and their traction and their engagement from just all these hateful cops. And I'm like,
in any way
I know
they
y'all
can.
seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
no, I hate it myself.
The engagement goes up for them because all these people are fighting. And it's just, people have called me an embarrassment to law enforcement in the past years. I'm like, no, you're a fucking embarrassment to law enforcement that you're allowing this shit to go on.
That's exactly right.
So that's pretty much, I'm very tight with my group. I have several admins. I have almost 70 Fitcops reps worldwide. We hang out once or twice a year. COVID's kind of hit us hard, but when we do hang out, it's a party that you definitely want to be at.
I'll wait for the invitation.
I've seen the videos,
Yes.
KP, and it looks amazing.
You guys we get blocked on Instagram, at least once or twice a year because I'm like, who doesn't love titties? I mean, God, like,
Yes.
who's reporting this shit? But you guys will definitely have to come to our next one. And
Awesome.
Who knows what it will be, but you're definitely invited. So.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm kind of like the same thing, KP, is like these hateful cops that are out there, right? And I call them, what do I call them? My
haters?
Fuck faces. You know what? I'll just say it as it is. These fuck faces that have the badge make us all look terrible. And
right.
one thing that really drew me to you Fitcops was the humanizing aspect of the badge.
Right.
It's like you're out there having fun. We're having fun. We're doing this. We're doing that.
Right.
And it's all great stuff versus some other pages are like, oh, fuck the world. Fuck you.
Right.
Fuck everything. Fuck this. Fuck that. I'm like, dude, why?
But that's the core of who we are too, right? Project Sapient.
Right.
We're human sapient.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a good fit. I mean, everything you guys are doing, KP, it's a good fit. Thank you for what you're doing, by the way.
We appreciate it. We like to joke around and say, we humanize the badge for real.
Right. Right.
We twerk, we drink, we smoke hookah, we like titties, like
Absolutely.
I don't know. We're tatted up. We don't give a fuck. Like it's just, but we don't do anything illegal, and we're always there to help each other, and we're never ever those assholes.
Is that not
assholes.
human? Is that not being human?
I don't know. I think that we're doing it wrong or something because all these other pages get huge traction from being complete dicks to each other. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to participate. Please don't. I've been the subject myself, along with other awesome female cops like Ashley Smith. Y'all have to get her on. We bonded over several hateful men in law enforcement using our pictures to create memes and like you don't fucking know me.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know. Was it recent where you and Ashley did something where you had some sort of troll on both your pages?
Yes,
and you guys just called them out, like literally.
Yes.
Wait. Did they light him up?
Oh, they lit him up.
Good.
It was awesome,
y'all. It took a whole.
Badass.
Okay, so listen to this story because I'm sure that. So there was about 5 of us female cops that are social media cops. There was several of us in Texas, and then Ashley Smith was on it from New York. And this guy with, I don't know, I think he had like barely, I don't know, maybe 5,000 people on his Instagram, and it's a meme page. And so the cool thing to do at the time, this was just last year, was to take our photos and then, just try to tear us down and send all of his followers, so all of his, and a bunch of them were just cops coming over our pages and then to harass us because we model on the side or we do whatever. And
fucking haters.
This is the best story ever. Yes, this poor guy. I mean, you're fucking with like female cops that you think are stupid. We're actually super fucking smart.
Yeah.
And we found this dude in less than 4 hours from the time he posted our pictures and created memes out of them. And I mean, we found him in bumfuck Egypt, like South Carolina somewhere. And we found where his wife goes to the gym.
No way!
They did all that. It was actually fantastic.
Savages!
Like, outside looking in, I'm like, they just found this dude in under 4 hours. Like,
savagery!
I remember seeing your first post about it, and then like during the day, I'm just going, whatever, I get a notification, I look, I'm like, oh my God, they found him.
Oh yeah, it was awesome because you don't. Okay, and then we have followers that are the fucking best followers in the whole world, and we had a group chat, and it's cops and detectives from all over the nation that are in this group. And this woman, I love her. She called it "Don't fuck with cats." And we found this dude's photos because he always would block out his face, And so I was like, oh, it's safe for you to block yourself out.
Oh, cute little
bitch. You're a fitness king, and we should be doing more. You're a tactics king. I was like, well, watch this tactic, motherfucker.
Yeah,
and we just went after him, and I was like, don't do this again. His page was shut down within like the day.
Oh, so you left him like a whimpering little fucking dog. That's awesome.
Yes.
Oh no! Thing I learned is you just don't mess with KP.
I like it.
She comes at you.
I like it.
You know what? People say that about me like it's a bad thing, but I'm just like, I don't know. Don't fuck with me then. Like,
oh no, I love it because again, it shows that you as a person at your core belief, fuck the haters.
Yeah.
So it's like it's awesome because we get to a point in our careers, right? And after seeing all the shit we do and all the shit we deal with both inside and outside, you get some fucking troll little bitch out there. And look, I am definitely knife handing him because fuck him.
Right.
And
dude, it's not me on video, just so you guys know. I'm over here.
Yeah, on video, I'm knife handing the motherfucker. So
right.
Definitely like that's awesome to me. Like I
we
love
were so
that shit.
nice. We didn't even post his pictures or anything. Like, we were that nice to him. So,
I hate to be the bummer in this, right? But it brings me into the Enough campaign.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And the Enough campaign it's kind of exactly what you've done with Fitcops, right? What we're doing with Project Sapient. Everybody's fucking had enough. We've had enough of these bullshit artists. We've had enough of these trolls. We've had enough of the politicians. We've had enough of the fucking grandstanding.
Yeah.
We've had enough of all of it.
Yeah.
So it's time that we put our feet down and fucking say, you know what? Enough.
Yeah. I mean, and I think, like I told you, KP, is us boots on the ground, the street cop. We see the ramifications of the bullshit policies that these quote unquote elected officials put together. And then we see it how they shove it down the throat of the citizens. and we get the brunt of it because we're the ones with the badge and the gun, and all of a sudden we're now the enemy, quote unquote, because that's the way they vilified us. So that I mean, encompass enough with the police suicides, enough with hiding police PTSD, because that's one thing our bosses love doing is hiding the fact that yes, we see traumatic. I mean, especially when we work in big cities, we see traumatic events at least once a week. A normal human being in the United States may see a traumatic event once or twice in their entire life, versus us cops, we nearly deal with it on a daily basis.
It's having
that brings a good point. And what you just said, I've always felt very strongly about police suicide and things like that, and we've had people around us that have unfortunately taken that route, and it's dumbfounding to me that people in our own profession that should be the most supportive are so hateful to each other. And I've been the recipient of that for years and years.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, why? I will never understand this on why we eat our own and you avoid like the issues and like they're weak and I mean, I don't know.
It's
but
weakness.
Maybe you guys have a key.
It's weakness and it's fear.
Yeah.
Right.
It's weakness because personally, a lot of these motherfuckers are weak. They'll never stand up to fucking anything. Right. And then it's fear of the higher ups. It's fear of the politicians. It's fear of the media. It's fear. This is why we've gotten to where we've gotten.
Well, yeah.
As a profession.
As a profession. I mean, we've seen it all collectively. We all have over a decade on the job, and we've seen the progression of the downhill check the box training that we've seen given to law enforcement officers who are expected to be at the tip of the spear of their community, yet all we get is these check the box. Oh yeah, we're gonna go do some CPR training. All right, here's 4 hours, real quick. All right, pump them in the chest and let's go. Out on the road. Here's your AED. Like it's a little more involved than that, you know. And a lot of times it's incumbent on each individual officer to better themselves because we have to. Because to me, it's a trade craft. This job, right? It's not really for the faint of heart, so to speak. Where you get, again, the 80-20 split, 80% of the fucking cops shouldn't even be there, let alone even have a badge and a gun, versus the 20% that do the work and are busy and doing what they got to do to keep their community safe, while the 80% are the haters. And, you know, you hear the sort, I'm sure you do. I mean, I hear the sort, I'm in fucking Super Cop. He's out there doing this. Like, okay, you know what? Yeah. Fuck you.
Oh, it's the people that can't do shit for themselves that are usually the biggest shit talkers, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. But, and also another good thing to look at, and I don't know if you guys agree because you are in completely a different, side of the U.S. than I am, but you speak about leadership. It's, God, if we could have a whole episode about leadership and the lack thereof, it would be amazing. My chief just retired after 50 years.
Oh my God.
50 years. 50. And I'm like,
wow.
And then we got a new chief that I guess he's 30, it has to be 30 plus years anyway. So I'm like, we have to, I have a whole line in Fitcops. I need to recreate the shirt and print it again, but it's called The New Generation. We have to do something that is drastic. And I feel like that means filtering people out in leadership that are just, one, fucking terrible. Two, haven't been out of their offices in years to know what's actually going on the street, but yet you're going to micromanage from watching even more of our videos and you have no fucking clue what's actually going on because you don't come out.
We just had this conversation before we even called you. We had this conversation. We're not going to name the chief, right? And it came as intel to us from another officer that this one chief was like changing so many goddamn things in the department without fucking asking anyone. He's never been out on the fucking street. He's never drawn his weapon, probably.
No.
Right? He has zero experience. Instead of going and asking fucking people that are boots on the ground and have experience and have been in OISs and shit like that, they're just randomly making this shit because they think they're fucking smart.
Well, again, the good idea fairy, right?
The good idea fairy.
That whole police department down in Georgia that wants to do the shoot to incapacitate.
Get
training.
the fuck out of here.
I don't know if you've heard this one, KP. The Georgia.
No, I haven't.
Oh, so you know the less lethal targets we have, where you got to shoot. You know, you use the less lethal shotgun or the 40 Mike, and you got to hit the leg or whatever. So this chief took that idea, used the same exact targets, and is having his officers as an option to shoot the pelvic girdle, shoot the leg, shoot the I'm looking at. I'm like, dude, this dumbfounds every rational
But just imagine people are actually looking at that video and going, "Yeah, he's right. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Why
Shut the
haven't
fuck
they been
up."
doing this all along?
Yeah, exactly. And,
Oh my God.
And you know, we actually had an episode with the doc, which everyone will get as soon as we post it. Doctor talked specifically about medically, biologically, how bad it is to shoot someone in that region because of the amount of blood and arteries and all kinds of issues that happen.
There is a main line right there, right in the middle of the inside of the thigh.
Yeah, you tend to be dead in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, if you clip that, you're going to be dead too. So where should we clip? Within like a millimeter of that? Is that acceptable?
I mean, it's crazy. Like some of the and I think you and me, KP, we went on today and yesterday just kind of going back and forth on how just this bullshit. It's like, again, enough. Like fucking enough.
Right.
Like, and again, it's gonna be us, boots on the ground, who are going to have to make that stand collectively.
Yes.
Because, like I said, you know, we're all in this together because in the end, we're the ones who are going to take the bullet. We're the ones who are going to get assaulted. We're the ones that are going to get killed.
Knock on wood, will you?
You know, and we're the ones that have to deal with the PTSD. We're the ones that have to deal with the fucking suicides of our friends.
Yeah.
You know, because of the shit they've seen on the job that they can't handle anymore, that they are refusing to say anything because they're afraid their department will put them on the rubber gun squad and send them to a mental institution and lock them up. You know, and
y'all, I tell you what, if I end up in the mental institution in my area, will y'all please come get me out?
Oh, we'll break you out.
Oh, don't worry.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
They're gonna pull a skullcraft on me.
Man, don't even think about it. Just shoot a text over and we'll take care of the rest.
Oh yeah.
God.
You'll be out of there and en route actually.
Yeah, don't worry.
You'll be all set.
They won't know what
Like,
fucking
guys,
hit them.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
exactly.
I'm like, guys, seriously, you're really doing this to me right now. I need to talk to my lawyer.
Right.
Oh, God.
So in talking with Enough and everything, so we want to play a quick video of an issue you brought up that is going on in your neck of the woods that actually is going on around the country, just not enough people know about it. And we'll play the video real quick. It's kind of it's a minute and a half. I think it's towards the end of your speech where you talked about what's going on. Then we'll get into kind of how and why, and you know, you got into that and had to speak up. So let's play the video real quick, and then we'll
Give me a second.
Yeah, do your thing.
Harris County and DPS
There it is.
have made headlines recently for varying degrees of quota accusations, as well as a city manager in Marlin, Texas, subsequently being arrested and charged with abuse of official capacity by the Texas Rangers in 2019. These are just to name a few. Speaking on my own experience, on March 4th, I would advise that if I did not bring my own numbers up above the sector average by April, I would, and I quote, suffer. When I asked what suffering meant, I was told that I would be placed on a corrective action plan with every other month inspections increasing to monthly. I would also be required to have meetings with command staff members, and finally, this would be detrimental to my evaluation, and I might not recover from it. And I quote, if I'm given a bad evaluation, that would result me being placed close to the end of the patrol bidding list, which would ultimately affect my schedule. This means, unless I meet this illegal quota, I could potentially have my parenting time limited with my 8-year-old son. I'm literally faced with the choice of violating state law or limiting my time with my child. No parent should ever have to make that choice. Other officers have been threatened with being removed from part-time jobs, special assignments. Some others have recently even been threatened with forced resignation. I strongly believe that most of our frontline supervisors are being pressured to participate in this illegal quota system by command staff members above them. We understand the need for citations and arrests in our job. We are not contesting that. We're simply protesting the illegal quota practice that strips officers of one of the most important things we have in our job, discretion. In this day and age, when all police are under a microscope, our actions need to be above reproach. Quotas erode the public's trust in our department and strip away the integrity of every officer. I implore you to please take action so we can stop this illegal quota system at our Richardson Police Department. Thank you.
Wow.
Hey, so the only thing that would have made that video better is if you threw something off the fucking table.
Or a mic drop. Just mic drop and just walk.
One of my friends from Fort Worth, PD, he was like, "Bitch, you just dropped your big old cock on the table and walked out."
You fucking did.
Pretty much, you're like, bam.
Damn.
I mean, everything was 1,000% factual, and every line was true. And luckily, I've been completely supported by patrol, and I'm telling you guys, like, this has been going on for 30 years.
Oh yeah,
I believe it.
30
years.
Yeah, actually, when we were reviewing, when we were watching the video before we got it posted, it actually I was telling Pete of one of my previous department I worked at. I was the whole actually I just saw the whole smoking citation thing where they or any other citation where they'll literally show you your officer quote unquote productivity based on the amount of tickets you write. And I was talked to by one of the supervisors who said, "Oh no, I mean you need to work on this." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, I just got a key of Coke fucking last night.
Yeah, I'm like,
and 3 guns.
I could give a fuck about a $25 smoking site, but again, just like the whole thing with Ferguson. I mean, I read the whole Ferguson DOJ investigation and how the city and the police department forced their patrol officers with these bullshit quotas on money fines that created such tension in their city that it was ready to explode. And I always say, police, we are not revenue makers for our cities. We're not. That is not what we do.
Hire more meter maids.
Yeah, exactly. If you want more revenue, have more friggin' fast lane and meter maids and whatever else you want. But don't use the police because our job is not that.
Well, yeah, our job is literally to protect and fucking serve. So I don't know, like, where this was. I get it. Because even our department has its reputation. And people have asked me, well, why now? Why now? And I said, okay, well, number one, I've only worked at one department. I applied at 20 and a half.
Wow.
And I didn't know that there was anything really different until recently. And then we've had some changes in command staff and a new patrol captain who definitely wants to, he's like, I'm going to like, watch this, guys. Like, I'm going to really make these big changes and these big waves. Like, watch what I can do.
I'll show you.
Watch this. And, and that's when the threats started coming. It started getting worse. And it started out with in November, December, it was, okay, the bottom 10 on each shift are going to, if you're in the bottom 10 of these productivity numbers, then you're going to get XYZ consequences, or you're going to get on corrective action plans. And so we all threw a fit. We're like, you can't do that.
Right.
Well, then he said, okay, never mind. We're not going to do that. We're just going to do the bottom 2 in each sector, which that makes it from, I'm sorry, it was the bottom 5. It wasn't bottom 10. Bottom 5 first, and then the bottom 2 in each sector is what they changed it to. Well, that's 8 people. So you just raised it from 5 to 8. We only have 20 deep night officers right now. Like, so you're talking about damn near half the shift because everybody's leaving.
See, it's a thing that Ayman and I talk about all the time, right? From the leadership perspective. Yeah. And it ties into politics too. Yeah. It's a little bit more so into the police departments because we are like in a militaristic type of structure, right? You do have to listen to your leaders. But even in the military, you know that you have to take care of your people.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Instead of turning around and asking, okay, your numbers are down, guys. Your numbers are down. What do you need from me?
Oh, what's going on?
What's going on? Is there something going on? If there isn't something going on, what do you need from me? Or why are the numbers down? I got asked why my numbers are down. I said, fucking COVID.
Well, you see everybody's sick, so we can't contact them to write them tickets.
I said, COVID?
I mean,
hello?
Yeah, I know, right? It's this big pandemic worldwide that, and the thing is, though, for the audacity of your department, KB, to do all this, and then you got all this other shit going on with policing.
Yeah.
Right. And you're like, are you fucking serious? Because even at other police departments and even my own and Pete's, and it's like some of the shit that comes down from higher ups, you're like, what the fuck? Like,
Right.
It makes no
it
sense.
doesn't make any sense, and it's like
this isn't stressful enough.
Exactly,
right now.
exactly. I mean, I was just in a class today, and I'm good friends with the instructor, and he put it out there. He's been on the job 28 years, and he's a solid cop, and he said it. He said, every day I wake up looking at the news, I get my balls kicked in.
Right.
Because of the profession, because we're watching all this shit, and we see these fucking politicians spew lies literally through their mouths, and everything's fucking chaotic. But I also one episode I also put it on us as a profession, because we've been so insulated for decades that no one really understood our job.
Right.
Yes.
So I blame us too. I'm not.
That's part of the enough thing, though.
That's part of the enough thing. Like, let's stop being all the secretive bullshit. Like, I understand major investigations, major shit that we do as a police department.
Put it all out.
OPSEC shit like that. Everything else, put it all out.
Put it all out.
I mean, I love it. So I read, my freaking blood pressure went up reading this during class. I read this freaking USA Today report. Is that the headline said something about police body cams releases, and then it said police choose what to release. I'm like, what?
Shut the fuck up.
I'm like, you can go into any department and just ask for whatever. Like, that shit is
Freedom of Information Act. Like, come on.
We don't pick and choose what we release.
All right, it gets back into what we're trying to do with Sapient, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you told KP about it, but we're going to be doing a lot of training later on.
Yeah, that's
right. We're going to be doing a ton of training, but it's also going to be training for the civilian side too. We're not going to be just training cops.
No,
we're going to be bringing fucking civilians into our atmosphere, into our bubble, and we're going to be shooting them up.
Yeah.
So that they can feel what it's like to be on a traffic stop. Force on force.
Here's my favorite. Arizona cop that you and I both know who was involved in that.
Yes. Yeah.
So the whole post thing that's going on in across the country, and committees that oversee police and all that shit.
Nerds.
Yeah. Arizona put down law or policy that these guys that sit up in the panel have to undergo at least 80 hours of police training, as well as simulations, force on force. That way they understand what it's like to be the street cop.
But are we going to do that in fucking checkbox style, or is it going to actually happen?
According to the cop, it's going to actually happen.
No shit.
Yeah,
and even then, it's just training. It's not real life.
Yeah, well,
you just have to keep that in mind.
It's something, but like in our state, like in our state, the the civilians that we're going to have overseeing us are not allowed to have any police family members, relatives, friends. They're not going to do any of this police training.
Yep.
They are basically set up to go after cops, the way it was put together. And you can tell.
It's definitely a way to fucking come after us.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, I feel we're still too quiet about it.
We are.
We're not making enough noise.
Well, fucking Project Sapient is.
Oh, well, yeah. But again, though, collectively as cops, like, I understand, we have bills to pay, we have kids and all that shit. And these, again, police leaders and elected officials come out with these bullshit things without realizing the ramifications that come down.
Look, everything is top down, but we need to realize that it's bottom up.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
oh my God, yes.
It's time to fucking start looking upwards.
Yeah.
Yes.
And fighting
that's exactly
upwards.
What we feel like too. And I know in my own department, there was a lot of discussion after I did this of, oh my God, KP, like, you're going to lose your job, bitch. Like, you just went, or they were like, now the public is going to come back at us. And every time we make a traffic stop, they're going to say, oh, well, I heard y'all got a legit quota system. You're a veteran officer saying so, but it takes, and the officers that have brought that to my attention, they understand the absolute need for this to be a big production like it was. Because if we don't start highlighting this, it's all going to be kept in-house. It's like an abusive relationship.
Exactly.
With a partner. It's like you keep it secret. You keep coming back for more abuse because you can't leave.
Right.
And if you don't actually out this stuff, and I know the media isn't always our friend, but there are some that are absolutely supportive of what we're doing. And if I want more cops to do exactly that, it's to come out with what is going on in your department and don't be scared because Like, you need to out this shit, because guess what? I'm technically, they can fuck with me how they want, but I'm protected. I'm a federal whistleblower now.
Right.
And if other officers felt comfortable doing the same, can you imagine what kind of changes that we would make inside our police departments?
And that's what people need to realize, that we have that fucking power, right? It's the same thing with our politicians.
Yep.
We've twisted our country into, our politicians have become leaders. You're not fucking leaders. You work for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yes.
Same thing with the police departments. Yeah, you have a rank above me.
Yeah.
But without me, motherfucker, what's going to happen?
Well, that's the thing.
Yes.
Like, my time in the military, one of the best things I learned as a leader and even the guys above me, it was all about that lowest private. All right, how can we make him more comfortable,
right,
or make sure he's fed and happy, and that way we can go into battle, do what we got to do. And that's the way it was when I was at war, right? It was always the colonels are looking at the bottom private, to make sure they have the best equipment to go out there to do the
Really?
job. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And we have
this is
completely
why
lost
you military dudes love each other.
Yeah, they're kind of weird with each other.
Well, we have quite the rivalry. That's why when you said DC is having his buddy who's a Marine, I told you, give him some give him some crayons and coloring books.
Oh God,
dick.
They're some bad motherfuckers, though. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I got one of my partners, he's a Marine, and the other one is Coast Guard. Even I love the Coast Guard, but I always we're both of us Marine Army, both of us were Iraq, Afghanistan, all that stuff. And here's one of our other partners, Coast Guard. I know he listens to this podcast, so
dick.
Yeah,
what a dick.
I say it to him anyways, and we're always like, when we share stories, he's like, yeah, the other day I was on the boat. I'm like, you don't count.
Oh my God, you're a dick.
Did you tell him thank me for my service? That's the most important.
Oh my God!
I always say that.
I
Actually,
I was in the bathtub watching that clip from y'all. I fucking died. I was like, oh, we're saying that shit to each other all the time.
Well, I mean, it takes it to another level when you actually say it to a civilian after you shake their hands after you're done. You say, "Oh, thank you for my service."
What the fuck did he just say?
Literally, they have that look on their face like, this dude just locked me up and said thank you for my service. Like, it's like
You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. You're welcome. And or I go into an interview room and say, allow myself to introduce myself. My name is Detective blah blah blah. And it's like they catch it after and they're like, what? Did he just say that?
I'm confused. This is a cop trick.
Yeah,
something wrong with this dude.
Is this good cop, schizophrenic cop? Who am I talking to?
Yeah, you're in the interview room fucking yelling at yourself. Shut up!
Yeah, exactly.
Shut up!
Oh, God. Can I ask you both a question?
Yeah, go.
Okay, so if you had a person in your command staff that was recently promoted and started all this drama with these illegal quotas, even more so than they've been for 30 years, right? And he's like on a war path to make everyone more, quote, productive, end quote. And he told an officer, a patrol officer, that this is the quote. Basically, when this officer challenged and said, I don't trust the leadership here. And he said, well, if you don't trust the leadership, I'm going to strip you of your acting sergeant position on the spot, basically. And he said, and I quote, the dog wags the tail doesn't wag the dog.
Excuse me?
Basically, he said, basically meaning command staff wags you, patrol, you don't wag us. So I feel like this is us wagging the dog right now.
Wow.
That's the type of leadership we have.
I gotta give it to my department, which will remain nameless. If that ever fucking happened in my department, you'd have 50 fucking guys in every house turn around and go, who the fuck are you? What?
Yeah.
What?
See, y'all are gangster in Boston. This is DC. This happened to DC. That's why I'm asking. But this is the same captain that has made this absolutely miserable at RPD for these quotas and pushing all this shit lately.
God.
So, but that's exactly what he said, and this is the type of leadership that we have in charge.
Oh my God!
And I'm like,
how dangerous is that? How dangerous is that?
Isn't that?
It's very dangerous.
It's deadly dangerous.
It's very dangerous, especially when you have an officer that has earned an acting sergeant spot,
right,
has been harassed relentlessly. He was asked, "Do you not trust leadership?" And he said, "Honestly, because of what's happened to me, no, I don't." He said, "Well, if you don't trust leadership, we don't trust you. You're stripped of your acting sergeant position." He wouldn't give him a training spot, which he so deserved because of my social media. It's been ridiculous. Like, it's been absolutely
Hey, do you guys
ridiculous.
have body cameras?
Yes.
Why don't you fucking turn those on when these statements are being made?
Well, see, those are owned by the police department, so we wouldn't actually trust that type of camera
Yeah, I get it.
I'll give you
or
that.
audio recording. But yeah, we actually have a rule, a policy at our own police department. I don't know if it's like this with y'all, but that you are absolutely not allowed to record your supervisor.
Wow.
What?
Do y'all have that rule?
No.
Just for you to have a policy like that already.
Isn't it weird?
That is strange.
I wonder who made that
that weird?
policy.
I know. That is
It's been there for as long as I can remember. So I mean, this is the stuff that I'm telling you guys. Like, I want the Rangers. We want the Rangers to investigate this and change everything from the inside, and we just don't know how to possibly even.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you started on the right track, and I've had officers come up to me, and they know of the podcast, and they're saying, what can we do? I said, speak up, speak out.
That's it.
Speak up. Yes.
Speak your mind. Like, another buddy of mine who today we were in class together, he actually listens to our podcast every time he's on a detail or extra job or whatever. He has the earbud in and listens, and he says, everything you guys talk about is factual. Like, it's not made up. It's not bullshit. This is what's going on the streets.
Yeah.
And this is the way it is. And I said, well, that's what we need to all talk about.
Look, all these things that we're talking about, that KP, you and I are talking about, have a deleterious effect on our lives.
Oh my God, yeah.
From the top down, right?
Yeah.
From your job to you coming home, to how tired you are and how stressed you are, to how when you're drinking, you're starting to feel fucking sorry for yourself, or when you start looking at your pistol and you're like, fuck, maybe I should eat it.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Oh yeah. I mean,
No.
that's what we always talk about. We talk about the law enforcement PTSD. Now, for my fellow veterans out there, military veterans, combat veterans who are also cops. Now you want to basically combine PTSD in law enforcement, PTSD in the military, add that both together, and then you get bosses, police leaders that have never been in the military, never served, and have no fucking clue what it's like to have those types of demons come back with you from war, and you're doing this job and you're really good at it, right? I'm not saying that you're, freaking going insane and losing it, but we all cope. We all have our coping skills, but eventually the PTSD with all that pressure you bring from the top down, it's going to get us to explode.
All we have to do, it's very fucking simple. If you and I worked together and you told me you were having issues, I would turn to you and say, who's fucking with you?
Yeah.
And go after them.
Oh, yeah.
All we have to do is look at the guy and girl next to us and go, who's fucking with you?
Yeah.
And go after them. Enough. Enough is enough.
This needs to be, actually, a few years ago, I don't know if anyone knows this, I actually tried to start my own, protest against these illegal quotas. It was probably 5 years ago or so. But nobody wants to do it nobody wants to do it as a group.
They want to do it secretly?
Will have those people that are like, I can't risk my career. I can't risk my part-times. I'm going to get in trouble, if we don't write tickets for a week, or whatever, and protest. And so hearing you say something like that, it definitely defines a different camaraderie I think that you guys may have up there with your unions and such that we have here down in Texas. That's kind of a new thing for us down here in the South.
Well,
does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, so speaking about union stuff, it depends on the union. A majority of them are weak asses, and they don't really advocate for the patrol guy. They'll.
What's the point then?
Exactly, that's the thing. Why
are you paying them?
Exactly. So if I for example, if you go to a union rep or union president, whatever, be like, hey, dude, this is fucked up with the chief having us do the quotas. This is bullshit. I'm filing a grievance. Whoa, well, let's talk about that. You're like, no, what's there to talk about? Or they'll agree with you, but then never do anything about it.
Yeah, they'll shut you up.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Oh no, yeah, that's definitely something on our list to do.
Pretend like I'm writing it down.
Yeah, pretend to write it down.
Okay, well
and
that's
go.
the same then. Okay, I thought it was more different. That's the same.
No, you know what it is with up here. With up here, it's maybe because we're more of a condensed society than out there. Things tend to spark and go out of control really quickly, right? And we get together and we say, no, We're not going to fucking do this. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things that we fail at when we do that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we fail at.
Yeah.
But like our departments know and I think I could speak for your department too. Our departments know that if they really piss us off enough, we are going to do nothing.
Yeah.
We will do nothing, and we will fucking step back and let the fucking savagery begin.
Yeah.
See, we don't do that because they threaten rookies that are on like probation. And so if you think about what I'm speaking about as a whole, rookies come in all the time, you know that, and they're being threatened with, okay, well, you're on probation, you can get fired, but basically I'm going to force you to resign so you can maybe get a job somewhere else, even though they blacklist you trying to go anywhere else, right? But and so they're the ones that are constantly under this pressure, and so are older, more senior officers as well, but the rookies will never participate in some sort of big strike, something like that, because they're like, I don't want to lose my job. And I'm like, I get that. So this is the only option that I really saw, and whatever.
Look, what you do, KP, though, and what we're trying to do together collectively is, I think, the option that all these cops need. They need to know
starting a coup.
Hey, all right.
An uprising.
Fuck around, see what happens, right? Yeah. But they need to know that, and I hate saying it because it's cliched, but they need to know that it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to open your mouth, because there's cops up in the Northeast that are fucking opening their mouths. There's cops in the fucking West that are opening their mouths.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe we can do it too.
I'm really starting to see, I'm sure you, KP, you talk across the country with cops. I'm starting to get to know a lot of cops, especially since they're emailing us and loving the show and everything. And I'm starting to see this trend, especially with cops who have 10 years, between 10 to like 19 years on the job. They're starting to speak out.
Yes.
Yep.
Because I think we're that asshole bunch in the middle.
We're the uncles. We're the uncles.
Asshole bunch, yes.
Yeah, we're the asshole bunch who are in their in their 30s, 40s, and are like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this anymore. Yeah.
I mean, it's like we're like, I'm mid-career. I can't retire yet. Like
I'm in too deep. I'm not fucking around. Yeah.
See? Yeah, and the problem is too, for rookies, they hear the senior cops talking about, this has been happening for 30 years and nothing has ever been successfully done because it's all been kept in-house and covered up and brushed under the rug. And this bitch went out and like just blew this whole place up. And they're like, don't be like KP or you'll lose your job. And I'm 30 years in. I can't risk to lose my retirement and like stuff like that. I'm like, ugh.
KP, isn't it?
That's not the right uprising. That's what we want.
Is it? Let me play devil's advocate for a second, right? Is it not incumbent upon us to do that?
Yeah.
Us in our careers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, not just
to protect the little ones.
Yeah. Exactly. To take
The
these
little guys.
Yeah, the little guys, the little kids. We gotta coddle the little kids.
I look at them like they're my kids, man.
Dude, I tell them to fuck off when they talk to me. You're not allowed to talk to me.
They walk in the station all fresh and like bright and cheery, and I'm like, oh my God, are y'all
fuck is wrong with
you? For this job?
I got to do the before and after, like my academy picture where I'm all happy, and then now like when I did narcotics, big beard, all white, just fucking hating life, like everyone sucks.
I'm like, these little rookies are masochists. I tell you what, getting into this job, I'm like, y'all know this is gonna be painful. Like y'all already know this from the media, and you still want to do this?
They want the abuse.
Actually, we have some young listeners, high schoolers.
Didn't you meet up with a couple?
I met up with a couple, gave them T-shirts and stuff, and they actually told us that it's so cool the way we talk about the job because we're real about it.
Yeah.
We don't make it rainbows and we don't make it rainbows and unicorns. So they have an idea of what they're getting into, yet they still want to pursue because they're hearing the reality of the job.
Yeah. And I sent them a text on the side and said, apply for the fire department.
They're America's heroes.
So much easier, I swear.
Yeah, but again, I like my cousin. Actually, I had no idea. He called me the other day. I haven't talked to him in years. He's like 25, 26. He's becoming a cop. He's actually going to the academy in June.
Damn.
Well, again though, he listens to the show and he knows how I am, and I'm pretty blunt about the way the job is. But he said, watching you as I grew up, watching you through the job and how you've been doing and everything you've been doing, he's like, you kind of inspired me to go that route.
And Ayman replied, I know I'm awesome.
Well, I said, thank you for my service, right? That's the whole thing. Well, I thank you for my service, so thank me. Keep it coming.
Did you bring me a card?
Yeah, I know, right?
What's up?
Yeah, exactly. But
that gives me hope, actually.
No,
that's the type of response you're getting, because we need more people with big old balls to be like, no, this is wrong, this is illegal, and we can prove it. Here we go. We're going to talk to our friends in the media and then use them to our advantage, because they're like, not everybody is bad in the media. Not every cop's bad.
Right.
Not every whatever's bad. Not every politician's bad. But we need to start standing up now. Like, that's it. It's enough. It's enough.
Yeah,
you're right.
Enough.
Like,
here's the thing. We're all coming together and doing it.
Yeah.
Like, look at what we're doing right now. We're coming together and doing it.
Fitcops, Wellness for Warriors, all these supporters.
All these supporters,
Havoc
everybody.
Journal that I write for, they absolutely love every single article that they published of mine. And they're like, dude, you say it how it is. And every time the editor calls me, he's like, that last article gave me goosebumps. Like, because like I'm giving them a perspective that no one ever knows about.
We just need to make sure that we realize that we're on a fucking train.
Yeah.
And we're driving it.
Oh yeah, we're going to keep going with it.
We're driving this bitch.
Yeah. And
do you guys get any flack from your respective departments once
None.
they figure out about your podcast or anything?
None.
Oh, actually, one of my leaders, the only thing they said, well, I hope you don't get fired.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, okay.
That's the biggest. And that's the same stuff that this is the intimidation that they want to shut you guys down. They want to shut people down that want to speak out against it. I can't tell you how many people have been like, "Oh my God." My divorce lawyer was like, "Oh, he's an ex-cop too." He was like, "Oh, look at you, Kayla, trying to get fired and shit." And I was like, "Ha ha ha, it's very funny."
Yeah, ha, ha.
I got a different attorney that's actually affordable for this, so thank you so much.
It's not gonna suck the blood out of me, asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you can sit back and watch, bro. Like this is not your case. It's not a divorce.
Oh yeah, well, it's to me, it's a divorce from the status quo of what we've been dealing with for decades. And again, it's like, you go in, like I'll read a freaking department memo from some department or whatever. Oh, here we go. The Boston me's coming out.
I did hear it. I'm not going to make fun of you.
Department.
I love it.
And you read it and you're like, is this fucking real?
Right.
You look at, you're like, this is the type of shit that causes the public to hate us because you leave us no other choice.
How many times have you read shit in your department or a policy's come down and been like, if anybody ever fucking read this, we'd all be fucked.
Oh, I've already told my wife that to hold on to all this evidence.
Yes.
That way, when I get shot, she can sue the city, department, the state, feds. I don't care who. Just go all out. I told her, go to town. Yep. Everybody and anybody.
Okay.
Go to town.
Yep.
KP, what is if you could have the million cops, the close to million cops that we have in this country, if you could have them in front of you right now, what would you say to them?
Enough is enough.
I love it.
Love it.
Enough.
Stand the fuck up.
Yeah.
Stand together, or else this is already going into the shitter. Let's all stand up together and make this right. Change the leadership ranks. Do whatever it takes. Stand up, out your department for illegal wrongdoings I can prove it. So everybody just needs to band together on this, or else I don't know that I can last. I'm halfway through my career. I'm like, oh God, I don't know.
We're all feeling that.
Yeah, we're all feeling it.
Yeah.
Every
day I'm like, do I really want to waste my life away doing this? Do I really want to die tomorrow? Because like
every 4 a.m. wake up for a SWAT hit, you're on your way there and you're like, is this really worth it?
That's why I left.
Like
I'm not in SWAT. I'm just a basic bitch doing patrol.
Basic.
But that's still enough.
It's all right. I left and I went to be a basic bitch again. So.
Oh no, you left to be a night walker.
I am a night walker. Amen to that, brother.
I'm a night walker as well. So the last 8.5 years, night patrol.
See, she feels my pain.
Yes. Apparently, us night watch people are super bad too. So that's also what the captain told DC.
Yeah, we're
Get
evil.
off nights and do something with your career. I'm like, I feel like I'm doing a lot for my career, actually.
He realizes that day shift is actually the worst shift to work on
Oh, yeah.
because you got to deal with all of
Yeah.
them. That's why most
Yes.
of us good cops go to nights.
Yeah, exactly. Leave me
I
the
just
fuck
don't want
alone.
to talk to any bosses. I'm like, I'm
exactly.
good down
Oh,
here.
exactly. Oh, that is the
Y'all got to
worst.
change your schedule to harass me. That says a lot.
Right?
Exactly.
I'm safe at nighttime.
Dude, oh my God. Anything else, KP, that you want to say about your video? I mean, we played it. We've explained a lot of it, but anything that we've missed?
Yes, just one. I just want to add one thing because I have a feeling that y'all's listeners will go up tremendously on your episode.
Okay.
Just because we have a lot of people in my command staff that will probably be tuning in.
Okay.
I would like to say one thing.
Mhm.
I am not a dumb bitch. I do not say things out, especially to the public, that I do not have. I'm a cop, for God's sakes, that I don't have evidence of,
Right.
or I can't back up 1,000% with at least 40 other patrol officer witnesses. So people are trying to discredit me. I say people, there's literally like 2 in the whole department,
Yeah.
which says a lot in their sergeants, and they were doing what shouldn't have been done and trying to justify it. And so they're literally speaking to briefings and trying to discredit me. But you can't erase 30 years of officers' memories and documentation. So that's it. Stop calling me a fucking liar because I'm not.
Do you want me to put like background music on and you can say that again? I mean,
Fuck yes. Can you just add it when you post this shit?
there you go.
There it is.
Speak away, girl.
Do not fuck with me, okay? Like I'm the perfect person for this job. I've got nothing to lose, and we're all tired of it. So we're gonna be the scapegoats for this, or I don't know what you want to call us, but it's.
We're the fighters for this. That's,
Amen.
That's what this is. You know,
Amen,
this
amen.
movement that, again, like Pete said when we talked about this Enough movement, 2-3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and we're like, you know what, and it was, I think, during an episode, we're like, you know what, enough. You know what, we're gonna turn that.
We're gonna turn that into a campaign.
I think it was during an episode.
I love it.
We were just like, fuck it, let's do it.
Let's do it, guys.
I love it.
Let's fucking stand together. Let's show them that all we really want to do is our fucking jobs, right?
Yeah,
And go
exactly.
home
Oh
safely.
God, I've been saying that every day for like years and years. Yes, let us know at Fitcops how we can help, and also if any other officers are having issues with the same illegal quota system at their departments, I will more than happy submit your evidence anonymously to your local media and to
I love
get the
that.
ball rolling
Yeah,
on your
awesome.
department, so then you don't have to feel like you're the liaison and someone's going to find you out, because that's been a lot of the fear in doing this. I will absolutely do it for you.
That's
so
badass.
let a bitch know.
That is awesome.
Oh, man.
KP, it's been an honor to have you on the show. This was a really fun show.
Yes,
and
you guys are awesome.
we definitely, we'll keep talking some more, and
Yeah.
listeners, stand by because more
Fuck
shit's
yeah.
coming down.
Fuck yeah, guys. Listen, thank you so much for listening. KP, we love you. Really. Thank you so much.
We love you too.
HavocJournal.com, GymJunkies.com, VectorShields.com, WellnessForWarriors.live, LiveBoston617.org, EagleEyeFirearmsMA.com, ODKit.com, and GunTrack.com. Guys, stay safe.
Stay sapient.
Fuck yeah.